From the All Indiana Podcast Network.
The All Indiana Podcast Network.
This is the News 8 Daily 8.
Now all the latest news.
Kylie Conway has all the news you need to know.
And more.
Please stand by.
Now, here's Wish TV's Kylie Conway.
Hi, this is Kylie Conway, and this is the News 8 Daily 8 for Thursday, April 29. Today, the president brings his newly outlined vision to the people. President Biden heads to Georgia on his 100th day as commander-in-chief. It's the first of several states he'll visit to pitch his plans directly to Americans. In his first address to a joint session of Congress last night, he touted key accomplishments so far in his administration.
We kept our commitment, Democrats and Republicans, of sending $1,400 rescue checks to 85% of American households. For many people, it's making all the difference in the world.
Biden also pressed for more people to get a COVID-19 vaccination. Last week, the country passed Biden's goal of getting 200 million shots into arms in his first 100 days.
Everyone is now eligible to get vaccinated right now, right away. Go get vaccinated, America.
The president defended his infrastructure plan. He warns there is a lot at stake if lawmakers fail to approve it.
We're in competition with China and other countries to win the 21st century. We're at a great inflection point in history. We have to do more than just build back better. We have to build back better.
In a direct appeal to lawmakers, he pressed them to pass several key pieces of legislation. He wants a $15 minimum wage. He's also urging a police reform bill and wants it done before the end of May, which is 1 year since George Floyd's death. He's also asking Congress to pass gun reform legislation.
These kinds of reasonable reforms have overwhelming support from the American people, including many gun owners. The country supports reform, and Congress should act.
And this morning, parents and school leaders are sharing their thoughts on the president's preschool plan. It's a $200 billion universal preschool initiative for all 3- and 4-year-olds. The White House estimates it could benefit 5 million children. We heard from people in Wayne Township. The superintendent says the president's plan could make a big difference for families here. Right now, about 450 kids go to Wayne Township Preschool. The superintendent, Jeff Butt, says about half of the parents are paying $100 a week for preschool. That jumps to $200 a week if you include childcare before or after school. The other half is free because of student developmental needs or disabilities. It also costs the district about $1 million to keep the program going. The White House says free universal preschool would benefit 5 million children across the country. Here at home, educators say there's a noticeable difference in kids who start school early.
Those students who are not in any preschool setting, we see a pretty dramatic difference with them. And sometimes it's just a matter of being in school, of being around a group of their peers. We know that our students are getting a very high quality experience. And we can see that when they go to kindergarten. They are much better prepared, not only with their academic preparation, but also their social emotional learning preparation.
Butts is cautious, though. He says free preschool would still need to be high quality and have accountability. Plus, capacity could also be a significant question and concern. Finally, how would the government afford this? Democrats want to pay for the program by raising taxes on corporations and wealthy Americans. Of course, just because the president announced the idea of free preschool in his speech, it does not make it a reality, something we will certainly watch closely for you. Senator Tim Scott of South Carolina provided the Republican response to Biden's speech. Scott says Biden hasn't delivered on promises of uniting the nation.
Our nation is starving for more than empty platitudes. We need policies and progress that brings us closer together. But 3 months in, the actions of the president and his party are pulling us further and further apart.
Scott also contends Democrats are using race as a political weapon. Scott is the only black Republican in the Senate. He says there is much healing to do, but that America is not a racist country. And starting today, new help for those looking to get vaccinated against the coronavirus. The Marion County Health Department and some partners are setting up a one-stop shop for in-person support. It's called the Got My Shot Vaccination Clinic, and it's happening today at the John Bonner Community Center just northeast of downtown. It's for those who want to see and talk to someone face-to-face about their COVID-19 vaccination options. The vaccination registration help desk will be manned by staff from the Marion County Health Department, the Got My Shot campaign, and the Indiana Latino Institute. That will provide both English and Spanish-speaking Hoosiers the chance to get information. This comes as the supply of vaccinations is starting to outpace the demand. More vaccination clinics are accepting walk-ins, but the health department says it's still best to register in advance for an appointment just to make sure there is a dose for you. The help desk will also have medical professionals on hand to answer questions about the vaccine and provide information on free rides and other community programs providing COVID-19 vaccination support. The Got My Shot vaccination registration help desk will happen twice today from 10 a.m. until noon and then 6 p.m. until 8 p.m. The John Bonner Community Center is on East 10th Street, just west of Rural. There are COVID-19 protocols in place at the Bonner Center, including a mask requirement, temperature checks, and answering a few COVID-19 questions at the entrance. Certainly things you're likely used to at this point. If you can't make it to the vaccination registration help desk today, but you'd like to make an appointment to get your vaccine, you can call 211 or register online. We have information available right now how to do that on wishtv.com. And the rate of new positive cases of COVID-19 is falling in the United States. According to the CDC, the 7-day average of new daily cases is down 16% from last week. Indiana is averaging 101.6 new daily cases per 100,000 in the last week. Dr. Anthony Fauci says loosening guidelines will come as that 7-day average goes down.
If we go down much, much more, which I believe we will as we get more people vaccinated, then sooner rather than later, you're going to see more liberalization of the guidelines.
CDC data shows that about 43% of the U.S. population has received at least one COVID-19 vaccine dose. More than 29% of the population is fully vaccinated. A new study from the CDC indicates the Pfizer and Moderna vaccines are keeping older adults out of the hospital. Researchers say the vaccines are 94% effective in preventing hospitalizations for those 65 and older once they are fully vaccinated, and 64% effective after one shot. The study was done too early in the year to include the Johnson & Johnson version. 33.1% of people in Indiana are fully vaccinated. State Health Commissioner Dr. Chris Box says that number needs to be above 68%. Box says there is a large group of people who are anti-vaccine or just think they don't need to get it. The state's chief medical officer says they're doing whatever they can to try to convince people. The state is combating vaccine hesitancy by offering all 3 available vaccines at every mass vaccination clinic. It's also bringing the shots to churches and community centers. Join us tonight for a News 8 special on Wish TV. It's called Vaccine Central Town Hall. Experts will join us in studio for an in-depth conversation focusing on vaccines, mental health, and planning summer activities and travel. You can catch that tonight at 6 o'clock on Wish TV. India is getting more support from around the world, from other countries, as it tries to stem the massive spread of COVID-19 there. Russia flew supplies into New Delhi. Singapore delivered aid to West Bengal. The United States Air Force is also flying in supplies, including pallets of oxygen equipment from California. The White House says oxygen cylinders, PPE, and vaccine manufacturing supplies are headed to India. The country is averaging 350,000 new cases and 2,600 new deaths every day. And 2,000 people are expected at Lucas Oil Stadium this weekend to honor the 8 people killed in the FedEx mass shooting. Organizers say each victim will have his or her own special presentations. Governor Eric Holcomb will speak as well. Sikh community members are organizing the memorial, but say it's a great chance for everyone to come together. The tribute is from 1 to 4 p.m. Saturday. Organizers say the victims' families will be in the front row. And this morning, the investigation into Rudy Giuliani is growing. Federal agents searched his apartment and office in New York and that of his associate, Victoria Tunsing. Agents seized computers and cell phones. The Associated Press reports that the investigation partly involves his dealings in Ukraine. Giuliani is a former mayor of New York and was personal attorney for President Trump. Giuliani is denying doing anything wrong. He has yet to comment on the issue, but an attorney for Giuliani is accusing federal authorities of a corrupt double standard. More than a year after the murder of Ahmaud Arbery, the 3 men accused in his killing are now facing federal hate crime charges. Prosecutors announced the hate crime charges and an attempted kidnapping charge against Gregory and Travis McMichael and William Bryan yesterday. Arbery was shot and killed while jogging in Georgia in February of last year. The McMichaels claimed that they were conducting a citizen's arrest and acted in self-defense when they shot Arbery. Prosecutors say Bryan then hit Arbery with his vehicle and recorded his death. All 3 men have pleaded not guilty in Arbery's killing. The mayor of Columbus, Ohio, wants a federal investigation into his city's police department. Mayor Andrew Ginther says department leaders are balking at reform efforts. Columbus police have come under sharp scrutiny for a series of controversial cases in recent years, most recently last week's shooting of 16-year-old Micaiah Bryant. Ginther's letter to the Department of Justice asks the agency to identify any racial biases in the department. And body camera video of a police shooting in North Carolina will not be released for at least a month. A judge denied a request to release it immediately, but will allow a showing for family members of the man killed, Andrew Brown Jr., but they won't see everything.
5 video cams in full with only the facial features of the deputies that were there on the scene, as well as their identification like a name badge to be redacted or blurred out.
The judge says he will revisit the request to release the video publicly in 30 to 45 days. The Biden administration is expected to propose a ban on menthol cigarettes. That's according to a new report from the Washington Post. It also reports that the administration wants to ban menthol and other flavored cigars. The information comes from an anonymous administration official. The ban does not need congressional approval, but it would take effect right away. The FDA has to put out the proposed rules and consider public comments. Any regulation banning cigarettes would also likely be challenged by the industry. Toyota is investing $803 million at its auto manufacturing in Princeton in Gibson County. It's part of a major expansion. Toyota expects the plan to create 1,400 new jobs. The automaker says the plant will eventually begin producing 2 new SUVs, including Lexus. According to Toyota, both new vehicles will feature a semi-automated driving system, which allows for hands-free driving in some situations. To business headlines now. Duke Energy says its carbon reduction is now 40% versus its 2005 number, Duke also continued to oversee the largest coal closure in our industry. Having already retired about 6,500 megawatts since 2010, we plan to retire all coal-only units by 2030 in the Carolinas and shorten average retirement dates by 40% in Indiana. Duke will also invest millions into new battery storage investments. Recreational vehicles are hitting the roads at a pace never seen before as the COVID-19 pandemic has driven more Americans to explore the country. Craig Kirby, president and CEO of the RV Industry Association, says many Americans have discovered for the first time that an RV is the perfect way to get to most of the great outdoors. A recent survey conducted by Go RVing found that RV ownership has grown 26% over the past 10 years to 11.2 million households. Almost a quarter of owners are under the age of 35, and 84% of those younger owners are planning to purchase a new RV within the next 5 years. Amazon is slated to overtake Walmart as the largest retailer in the United States. Edge by Essential also found that e-commerce will account for 29% of U.S. retail chain sales by 2025. Kroger is slated to hold on to the third-place spot in terms of retailers. And Samsung just unveiled a new generation of mobile-first PCs that combine the power of a laptop with the mobile DNA of a Galaxy smartphone at its first ever Unpacked event for PCs. The Galaxy Book Pro and Galaxy Book Pro 360 represent a new approach to mobile computing. With the new Galaxy Book Pro series, users can turn any location into a mobile office, theater, or conference room. Royal Caribbean is building the new world's largest cruise ship, the Wonder of the Sea. The ship will begin sailing from Shanghai and Hong Kong beginning March 2022. It'll be 1,200 feet long, 215 feet wide, and 236,000 tons. All of this will hold the 18 decks and 2,867 staterooms, which will be able to accommodate almost 7,000 passengers, 6,988. Meanwhile, a little breaking news about cruises. The CDC said overnight that cruises may be able to resume sailings by mid-July. This does depend on passengers and crews being vaccinated. And we are 31 days away from the Indianapolis 500. Some businesses in Speedway are preparing for more customers during the month of May. The Speedway says race day will be at 40% capacity for the 500. That's still 135,000 people. The owner of Barbecue and Bourbon says she's hiring people specifically to man the door and remind customers about current pandemic guidelines.
It's hard to explain to someone who just came over from Johnson County that they do have to have their mask on, that we can only seat a certain amount of people, that you can't stand at the bar.
To encourage people to eat local, the Speedway Chamber of Commerce is holding a raffle. 8 people will win $25 gift cards to 16 restaurants. And finally, to the Colts now. The team picks a new player tonight. The Colts have the 21st pick in the first round of the NFL draft. No word yet who it will be, but in a video posted to Twitter, General Manager Chris Ballard says that the Colts have hundreds of prospects on their draft board. He also answered the yearly question of whether to pick for the position or talent.
We always work under the premise that in the draft, we're never going to pass up a player, no matter what the position is, that we think is a difference maker. We just won't do that. I think case in point was Jonathan Taylor last year. We just saw a player with a unique skill set that we thought had a chance to be really special.
The Colts do not have a third-round pick, but they do have a choice in every other round. The offensive line is a major need. Left tackle Anthony Costanzo is retiring. A Golden Domer is one possibility. ESPN's board calls Liam Eckenberg in the top 50 prospects in the draft. Other state notables who could go early: Purdue wide receiver standout Rondale Moore and IU safety Jamar Johnson. They are in ESPN's top 100. And Wish TV is proud to be the media sponsor for this year's Indy Ultimate. It's the Indiana Sports Corp's run walk through some of downtown's most recognizable landmarks. We can't tell you the full route yet, but it will include kicking a field goal at Lucas Oil Stadium. And take note, you can register by Friday and get a free Indiana Sports Corp hoodie. We have a link for you to sign up at wishtv.com. I took the plunge, signed up, registered today. Looking forward to getting my sweatshirt, and I'm already getting a little nervous. But we will see how it goes. Just go there, have fun, and see some cool sights across this city. This has been your News 8 Daily 8 for Wish TV. I'm Kylie Conway. Online at wishtv.com, and follow us on Facebook when you search Wish TV.
Check out more podcasts from the All Indiana Podcast Network now at allindianapodcastnetwork.com.
allindianapodcastnetwork.com.